Good morning, fellow debaters. I'm the Prime Minister. Today's topic is that performance-enhancing drugs, also known as PED, should be allowed, and we, the pro side, agrees with the topic. Performance-enhancing drugs are substances that are used to improve any form of activity performance in humans. The use of PEDs are well seen in the modern Olympics. These PED became controversial as in some parts, usage of PED is banned. However, our side strongly believe that the usage of PED must be allowed. First, PED makes competition funnier. A huge part of watching sports is witnessing the very peak of human athletic ability, and legalizing performance-enhancing drugs would help athletes climb even higher. Steroids and doping will help pitchers to throw harder, home runs to go farther, cyclists to charge for longer, and sprinters to test the very limits of human speed. Furthermore, using performance-enhancing drugs actually provides every participant an unequal opportunity, therefore making the playing field be leveled. Think about the fact that quality of lessons or coaching is different from individuals' economic power and personal connection. These are far from one's efforts, but still affects the outcome very much. However, when we use PED, we can set every participant's performance ability, therefore gives them a choice to start in the same line with others. For these reasons, our pro side strongly believes that the usage of PED must be allowed.
Hello ladies and honorable judges, I am the opposition leader. Today we opposition side believe that PED should not be allowed in sports. I will suggest two arguments and Jimin will suggest another one, and lastly Minji will wind up the debate. First of all, PEDs have so many side effects on athlete's body. The drug that promotes the performance may be harmful to the athlete's health. Stimulants, for instance, are substances that act on the brain to stimulate the body mentally and physically. Moreover, there are already many researches that most of the PEDs can cause heart disease, dementia, and Alzheimer's. If PEDs are allowed in sports, most of the athletes not only be abused, but also die early. This is absolutely the violation of human rights. Is enhancing performance more important than human rights? Secondly, each country has different laws that allow PEDs can cause international conflicts. What would happen if some athletes living in the country that do not allow any drugs use PEDs for sports? Should that country allow only for that athletes? This would cause a big international conflicts. Therefore, we, the opposition side, strongly state the PED should not be allowed in any sports. Thank you.
Good morning, honorable judges and fellow debaters. I am the Deputy Prime Minister. First of all, I would like to start from the rebuttal. The opposition side have mentioned that it will cause international conflict due to the different laws that different countries have. However, that can be managed by the IOC, the Olympic Committee, so therefore that athletes can have equal opportunity for using drugs. And now I would like to summarize our arguments and give more details about it. Our first argument was that PED makes sports games more enthusiastic, and the second one was that by allowing PED, it can give all the athletes equal opportunity for performing sports games. And our third argument is that athletes have right to take medical treatments even when they have their Olympics coming up. Some chemicals and nutritional supplements were not approved by IOC. We inevitably need adequate amount of nutrition in order to maintain our lives. Not only do athletes need to maintain their lives, but they also have to do extraordinary performances in sports games. Therefore, they're the ones who need multivitamins and protein milkshakes. Some athletes even avoid to go to see a doctor even when they have serious cold because they know that they won't be able to get appropriate medication in the fear of being positively tested in doping tests. Thank you.
Glad to meet you. I'm Deputy Leader of Opposition and I'm going to refute the government's opinion. The sports competition can be a true competition, not a practice and exercise. Most of people think that enhancing the physical strength through exercise is important. For example, when Kwang Yoo-ha, Choi and Park Tae-wan get performance-enhancing drugs, we felt that they cheated people and were disappointed. Also, in cycle, Lance Armstrong used a performance drug in Tour de France match. Also, there were a winner not who use performance-enhancing drugs 12 times. It is against the sportsmanship. If performance-enhancing drugs are allowed, winner will be decided by who gets more powerful drugs. So it can be a discrimination against the athletes who have practiced a lot. Although they didn't know that they had ate drugs, management is also important to athletes. Thank you.
Good morning, honorable fellow debaters. This is the opponent wave of the negative side. To start off this house, would like to analyze some classes we have made during the debate. We have classes regarding the interpretation of the term equal opportunity. The affirmative side has mentioned that since every participant's performance ability is innately different, PEDs can help them start in the same line. Though this side strongly believes that equal opportunity means the situation where the more athletes practice, the more athletes can achieve. Therefore, doping can never bring about equal opportunity to the athletes. Doping will rather lead to competition in using better doping substances. Lastly, this side would like to summarize the main reasons for our opinion. Firstly, doping contradicts with the term fair play. Secondly, doping brings about serious health problems to the athletes. Thirdly, since the laws regarding PEDs are different from countries to countries, there can be conflicts between nations. Therefore, this House do not agree with the statement that performance-enhancing drugs should be allowed. Thank you.
I am the government reply of the Pro Team. I am going to summarize main issues of today's debate and compare why our team should win. Today's topic is performance-enhancing drugs should be allowed, and we, the Pro Team side, agrees with the topic with 3 reasons. First, PED makes competition funnier. PED makes athletes enhance their levels, so it makes more difficult matches, interesting matches, funnier matches. Second, using performance-enhancing drugs actually provides every participant an equal opportunity, therefore making the playing fields be leveled. Athletes in developed communities have a greater advantage because they have more funding, sports institutions, and easy access to healthcare. Do you think this is a fair competition? Finally, athletes have right to take medical treatments even when they have their Olympics coming up. At the same time, Team said drugs have so many side effects on athletes. It makes health bad, and said that there are many research that drugs rate dementia or heart diseases. And also they said it makes international conflicts. So they believe performance-enhancing drugs are bad. However, we rebut that international conflicts can be covered with IOC, so we think this isn't a valid argument. Also, they didn't give specific research that drugs can cause heart disease or dementia. So we think this idea is not persuasive. So our team believes that we should win this debate. Thank you.